One element of this is what we talked about in week 7. So remember that fluency technically actually doesn't exist. Like fluency is like this weird kind of thing that we think about, but actually it's actually a combination of multiple things happening all at once. And one important aspect of that is what we call cognitive load. Now, if you are in a really bad mood, cognitive load is going to naturally be increased because you've got other things on your mind. If you haven't slept well, and 9 times out of 10, if I'm in a really shitty mood, it's because I haven't slept well. Naturally your brain is going to have less energy than you'd like it to have. That's also going to place more burden on the processing system of your brain, which again increases cognitive load. And the higher cognitive load is, the less resources it's got for speaking English. The other thing that happens, and this is also related to cognitive load, is we tend to view everything through the filter of our current mood. If I'm in an excellent mood, I don't give a shit about anything. And it's all good. If I make a mistake, it's like, whatever, just gonna keep on going. I'm having a great time. And that really actually frees up a lot of cognitive load, because you're suddenly not like trying to fix things and stop things and worry about things. Whereas if you're in a really bad mood, you're going to be like, every like tiny aspect of your English, you're going to be like, oh, that's not right. Shouldn't say things like that. Oh, I got that wrong. And you then create more processes, which just makes it all much, much worse. And again, you're also looking at things through a different filter as well. The reality is for some people, like people listening, they probably can't tell the difference. You probably sound exactly the same as you normally do, just in a bad mood. But because you're filtering it through this either very positive or very negative way of thinking, you're probably thinking more negatively about it rather than more positively, but actually it's the same thing. I'm trying to think of a good analogy for this. So, it'd be the same like with the clothes that we wear or something. You might wear one outfit when you're in a really good mood and love it. And then the same outfit when you're in a really bad mood, you might be just like, oh, this is so uncomfortable and I hate this. And it's, but it's actually the same thing. So yeah, I don't think there's really that much you can do about it. I think it's natural. I think it's the same for native speakers as well. Perhaps the better answer to this is work out why you're in a bad mood so often and fix that instead. I'm saying that kind of tongue in cheek, but yeah, I don't think it's really something you can control that much, and I think it's just the way that the brain works. Does that make sense? Yeah, and I think the deeper question there is perhaps asking yourself why you're in a bad mood. And I am saying this in a tongue-in-cheek kind of way. And everybody is in a bad mood sometimes. But again, for me, it's usually when I don't sleep well. The last couple of weeks, I've slept really well. So I've been in an excellent mood all the time. And this is a really good example. The last few group coaching calls, like I've been like, oh, that was such a good call. And we had great questions today. There was one a few weeks ago and I barely slept the night before because of like so many things going on. And I was tired and grumpy. And I kind of finished the call and I kind of thought, oh my God, I didn't answer any of those questions very well at all. All my clients must think I'm so stupid and they must be so pissed off because Julian's just not doing a good job of his job. And oh my God, it's awful. And so somebody else like listened to the recording and was just like, it sounds exactly the same to me. It's just there's no difference between what you're normally like. And again, it was really just my mindset dragging me down rather than the actual reality. Good book that you could read if you haven't already, and I recommend this one a lot, and I cannot for the life of me remember the author. It's called You Can Be Happy No Matter What. There's a big section in that book about thoughts, and especially about negative thoughts and about how they're actually not real and you shouldn't actually listen to them. That's a good book to have a read of. And again, although I do say this in a tongue-in-cheek kind of way, if you are finding yourself in a foul mood on a very regular basis, perhaps the better question to ask is not how can I speak better English when I'm in a foul mood, but how can I not be in a foul mood quite so often? It is all related. That kind of means identifying the things in your life that are stressing you out, putting you in a bad mood, and eliminating those things. One, because that will naturally increase your proficiency in English, because if you're not in a bad mood, you'll perform better in a much more positive kind of way. But two, also because, being in a bad mood on a very, very regular basis is really not healthy. It's all related to the hormone cortisol production. Cortisol is a poison and it will kill you over time.